Hello, folks that have joined us so far. Can you hear me and can you see my screen?
Yes. Hello. Yes, we can.
Hello, wonderful. Thank you. Is it still the full screen? Do I need to switch my screen? Sorry, I don't do this very often. I think I
It
need to.
looks good.
Is this look better?
Now I see the preview for the next slide. So I
Oh,
think
okay. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to know. Which screen is it sharing? So we'll wait just another minute to see if a few more people join us. Thank you for making the time today. Thank you, Chelsea. Okay, it is 11 o'clock, so we are going to get started. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be going over how to enroll for the Summer Day Camp Lottery. We're going to have questions and answers specifically about that process. And on the call today, you have myself. I'm Mandy Pereira. I am the youth supervisor here at the Louisville Recreation and Senior Center. I also am the director of summer camp. We have Kathy Martin, who is our superintendent here at the Recreation Center, and Julie Seidel, who is our recreation manager. So between the three of us, we can answer most questions. Eligibility for summer day camp. This is one of the most important things for you to know before going into this. It is based on the 24-25 school year, kiddos who are currently in kindergarten through fifth grade. If they are not in kindergarten this year, or if they are in middle school, they are not eligible. It is really important when you are checking your information online with our registration account that you do have their grade in there, and we'll talk about that more. The meeting format today, we're going to demonstrate how to do the lottery. We're going to have questions and answers specifically about enrolling for the lottery. We have 30 minutes to be doing this. If time does allow, we'll go over some general camp questions if anybody in the group has any. If you have something specific to your family about your kiddo or any situation that's unique, if you can email me or call me directly, that would probably be better use of this time. So thank you. Most of you probably know the lottery is now open. It opened at midnight on Tuesday. It will be closing next Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So you have a full week to go ahead and get those choices into the lottery. We will be emailing the primary email on your household account on, well, I will say by noon, Thursday, January 23rd. That will show either an enrollment offer that you need to accept, or it will show that you are a wait list and what number that is. When you get that email, if you are offered a spot, you have until noon, Friday the 24th, to accept and pay in full. Checklist before enrolling in the lottery. Again, this goes back to having that grade in there. As you review your account through our registration system, please ensure that you have the best email for the person that handles all the kiddos' paperwork, because that person will be getting the email in May to complete the paperwork. That's going to be emergency contacts, who can pick up, immunization records, all those details. So make sure that email is up to date, because that's really important. Other things to verify is your current kiddo's grade for this school year. Point 0.5 is kindergarten, and verify that we do have their correct birthday. We're going to go over the live demonstration. This is just a screenshot of what you see on our registration system, and we'll get into that in just a minute. On our website, that is a great resource for any additional questions that you have. It has all our important dates, it has our handbook, frequently asked questions, and then a brief little PowerPoint of what we call all you need to know. Of course, you can always email me directly. That's a great way to have any questions answered as well. Okay. I am going to switch on over now. And going to I'm just bringing up our registration account where I can show you the live demo. Okay, are you guys now seeing our registration page?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So the way I like to, you can navigate this a couple different ways. It's like, how do you want to get into Boulder? Are you going to take South Boulder Road or are you going to take Arapahoe? So there's a couple different ways. The way I like to do it is I click youth and then I like to do keyword search. And if you do camp, it'll actually pull up a variety of things that are linked to camps, but at the very bottom, scroll down, you'll see summer day camp. These are our options here. It gives you the important dates up here. It talks about our lottery, when it's open, when the deadline is, and some more information about what we just covered about having your current grade and birthday. Also talks about our cancellation policy. But then to go ahead and get enrolled in the lottery, and once again, this is not ensuring a space. It means you're just getting put in with everybody else until the lottery is run next week. I'll go ahead and click these little baskets. And I'm going to say that my kiddos are interested in session one. There are three different lotteries. Session one is the first 3 weeks, session two, the middle three, and session three is the last 3 weeks. In my test here, you'll see that I have three children that are eligible depending on their age and grade. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enroll all three children. They are all elementary age. And I want to say in this demonstration, the youngest is kindergarten, and then I have a second grader and a fifth grader. It automatically is going to go to linked lottery because the system assumes that most families will want to have all three children in camp. The whole idea, if one gets in, you want them all to get in. If that is not the case, if you know you have options, other options for one of your kiddos and you don't want to link them, you can go ahead and select individual. But just know that means one of them may get a spot and the other may not. As you see down here, this is all for session one, those first 3 weeks of camp. And when I make a selection, it's only going to bring me to the one they're eligible for. So kiddo number one was my firstborn. They are my fifth grader. Here's the information about it being session one, that it is this school year for kiddos who are in third through fifth grade. Yep, that's my kiddo. These are the dates I'm interested in. I know that camp is from 8 to 4:30 and that it is Monday through Thursday. So I'm going to hit select, and then I'm going to do the same for my other kiddos. Here is my second grader. Go ahead and hit select. Here is my first grade or kindergartner. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom right here and I'm going to hit submit lottery selections. Here I can review that they are all good. Fabulous. It's in the queue. So now I can go back and do my other sessions. I hit search, activity search, go down to my key search, type in camp, scroll all the way to the bottom, and now I can do session two. Session two, let's just say my oldest kiddo, they're going to be at sleepaway camp. So I'm just looking for my younger two. Once again, it's going to default to lottery enrollment. Going to make those selections. Here we go again. And submit lottery. It's going to bring me back to that same page that we were on a minute ago. You can see session one with 1, 2, and 3 kiddos, and now session two with 1 and 2 kiddos. There is nothing else you need to do. You can verify that that is in the queue. When it runs next week, then you'll get that email notification. Up here on the top right-hand corner is where some of your information is. That's where you can go into your household account management if you need to, and you can update anything here under Manage Household and Members. So this is where if you need to change, or actually I recommend verifying that the primary person information is the parent that's going to be taking care of camp paperwork. You want to make sure the email number one is that person who's going to answer all those questions about the doctor and the dentist in your hospital of choice. Can scroll down here and show you again. Here's my Camp Kiddo 1. That is my fifth grader with the birthday that then corresponds. Scroll down, you can see everybody. I'm going to hit save because it looks good. And trying to just see if there's anything else useful in here for you guys. I think those are the key things. So last thing I'm going to show you is our summer day camp web page. Has the information about the lottery, once again, our tuition, talks about summer camp in general and our resources with the handbook, FAQs. Calendars will come out in May. The reason for that is we really want the input of our assistant directors, and they help create that calendar. And oftentimes they're usually doing that the month of April. So Camp PowerPoint, the all you need to know, and just some general information. What does our typical day look like? Canceling and transferring. ePact is where we collect all our online paperwork. And that is the key information. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to come on back here. All right, with that said, I'm using the chat if you want to type in any questions or if you want to unmute. It doesn't look like we're overly large group today, so I'm happy to field any questions that you have. Let's start with registration questions first. Right.
I might have a question about that.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is a sort of the category of hi
Hi.
of thank you so much first of all.
Oh, you're
I think this
welcome.
is really helpful.
Good.
And it's nice. It's a different system than last year, and last year it was very tricky to get a spot within those 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That I had. Um, so uh, one of the questions that I had was, so we're registering for the different sessions. If
Mhm.
we get a spot, do we do it? Do we get a spot for all the three sessions that we have signed, or all the sessions we might have signed, put into our basket, or um, could we get session one but not session three?
Exactly. You could get maybe session one and not session three, or vice versa. They are all independent, three different lotteries, three different
Okay.
baskets, I would call it.
Okay. So then, okay, because then my next question was going to be, if we get a spot, when we register, we could also say, oh, something has changed. I'm
Yes,
only going to do session one. Okay, perfect.
exactly. And if that changes before the lottery runs,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and cancel
Okay.
those. They're
Yeah.
in your pending cart, so you could cancel those, or you just decline when you get that notification as well.
Okay, perfect. And then sorry, final question. After after this lottery closes, is there going to be kind of another round, or how does that work?
I do not anticipate that we'd have another lottery because we will likely be filled with a wait list like we have historically.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions about registration? Okay. If there's no questions about registration specifically, I'm happy to field any camp specific questions if you have any of those, since you have my undivided attention. Okay. You probably have noticed on the website, we will continue to do field trips on Wednesday with swimming on Tuesday and Thursday. We're based here at the Recreation Center and the Turf Gym. We are currently hiring, always seeking, especially the more experienced staff, the leaders and assistant directors. Okay, well, I'm going to stay on this call until 11:30 in case anybody else pops in and does have a question. You are welcome, Chelsea. Thanks for joining us. And if you need anything else, feel free to send me a direct email. You're welcome, Suri. Thanks for coming on today. Good luck to you all.